Hey, it's Mio here. So why do most people have a really tricky relationship with discipline? Discipline is this word and this thing that a lot of people have a lot of negative associations with, negative connotations. Um, but one thing that's really interesting about discipline is people that have discipline, they love discipline because often if someone doesn't like discipline, it's because their associations lead them to believe that discipline means that there's like an internal whip master going on saying, you have to do this, you've got to do this. And there's like this negative voice in the head saying, you've got to do this, or you're not a good person, um, it's a lack of freedom, a lack of choice. And like I was saying, people that um, have discipline, they love discipline because discipline actually means internal power. Having discipline gives you that choice. So often when I'm working with creative people, they say, I don't like discipline. It feels like it locks me in. It doesn't give me free choice. It takes away spontaneity and variety. But what I tend to find is people that need lots of spontaneity and variety, often they just want to do what they feel like doing. And when it comes to having a creative practice or really developing anything, there's a level of discipline that needs to come in. So sometimes discipline, my definition of it, is doing the thing you know you need to do at the time you said you were going to do it. That simple skill of being able to follow through and doing the thing you said you were going to do at the time you said you were going to do it is extremely powerful. So once that little skill is developed of discipline, that's actually the most empowering feeling there is. That feeling is far more freeing, fulfilling, and liberating than it is to always be having what someone might call their own free choice, and just doing what they want to do or going with the flow. Going with the flow often means being at the whims and at the calling of your lower human desires. So going with the flow might mean I'm feeling a bit peckish now, so I'm going to cook for 3 hours. I'm going to bake and not do any work because that's what I feel like doing, and that's what would nourish me deep down and get me ready for doing work. But when it comes to doing what you want to do, it's better to ask yourself, what is my actually my highest calling? What is my highest impulse? And the highest impulse will usually be something that's a bit more long term. Going with the flow is kind of reacting and being spontaneous with what you want to do in the moment. But being able to act from a place of discipline is actually respecting your higher needs and your higher impulses. So my higher impulse is to study and sing and practice and get better as a songwriter. A lower impulse might be, I want to go online and watch loads of videos on singing. That's not as rich, but I could say that's what I need to do now. That would get me in the flow. That would inspire me. So, in this video, I suppose what I'm encouraging you to do is to identify what, in the moment, is an action that's going to come from your higher purpose, or something that's going to be a distraction from your higher purpose, and then deciding, making the discipline of choosing that higher calling and doing the thing now that you know you need to do now to get you to the place that you really want to go, rather than distract yourself. So I hope I've made that pretty clear. I know I tend to repeat myself a bit in these videos, but hopefully every time I repeat an idea, it gives you another opportunity to grab it and really ingrain it, because that's the whole purpose of me doing these videos, is to give you these small little distinctions about how you're thinking about things and interacting with things that will help you, in whatever you're doing. So fall in love with discipline, because discipline is the ultimate power to really create what you want to create and take the right actions that you want to take. And if you've experienced discipline at any point in your life, you will probably recall that it's actually probably the most powerful you've ever felt in your life, when you're really setting a framework for yourself and staying within that framework and doing the things you said you wanted to do. It's a very powerful place to act from. So if you're lacking discipline at the moment, think back to a moment where you had it and tap into that energy and that power, and then rock it. Have an awesome day and week doing the thing you know you want to do. That's it for this video. Check out the descriptions below for some free resources and some free music. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone you think is maybe a little bit too in the flow and needs a bit of discipline in their life. Let me tell them rather than you having to confront them. And that's about it, I think. Share it around, do all that cool stuff, and subscribe to the channel. And I will chat to you very soon. See ya.